Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Steve Larson, and you're listening to Secret MLM Hacks Radio from a hotel room on my phone. So here's the real mystery. How do real MLMers like us, who didn't cheat and only bug family members and friends, who want to grow a profitable home business, how do we recruit A players into our downlines and create extra incomes, yet still have plenty of time for the rest of our lives? That's the blaring question, and this podcast will give you the answer. My name is Steve Larson, and welcome to Secret MLM Hacks Radio. Hey, you guys. Hope everyone's doing great. I am in Las Vegas right now. Las Vegas. I have been invited to speak at two different events. Funny enough, they were both in Vegas, and funny enough, they were literally back to back. So I'm excited. This has been awesome. So I jumped out of a plane this afternoon. My wife and my two little kids dropped me off, and hopped on a plane and came on over. And speaking literally back to back. Back to back days. But actually in the same event room even also, which is kind of crazy. So I'm pumped about it though. It'll be awesome. I'm a little bit nervous, and there's been so much awesome stuff been going on with the Secret MLM Hacks product. We've had a bunch of people join in. We've had great people, some successes already with it. I mean, it's been a fun program, and I've really enjoyed it, and a ton of work, massive amount, but it's been like, oh my gosh, it's been rewarding to see how many epiphanies people are having with it. And it's part of what's been so exciting for me. You know, this whole business, this whole game for me is about helping people just kind of have better lives. You know, I could have easily stayed at my job, and which would be awesome. You know, it was a cushy plus job. It was amazing. I loved it. It was so fun. It's pretty much made for life in that job. You know, I could have stayed there, and I know some things were going to happen there. We would have been set for life, and I was excited about the whole thing. But I don't know. I looked at the MLM industry for so long, and I was like, there's so much stuff I feel like we could go help and do, and it's been fun to see all that happen and come to fruition and come to reality. And so anyway, been a lot of fun. To all you guys that are in there right now, big old shout out to you guys. Appreciate it. If you have like Steven, I know what you're talking about, go to secretmlmhacks.com, and love to just have you even like take a look at it. So got the module 1 of the workbook done and published, and we put it out there to everyone also. And people are in the domestic United States, when they join the program, we actually ship out the workbook to them, and we pushed it out all over the place. Anyway, it's been great, guys. I've really enjoyed the whole thing. The community, you guys are amazing, by the way. The community on Secret MLM Hacks Radio is amazing. I mean, I can't believe. Anyway, I've run several groups before. And this is like one of the most compassionate but extremely motivated groups I've ever seen. People are really, it's fun. I mean, this is like, I like hanging out more in this group, even on like Facebook, on our Facebook group there and stuff like that. Like, you know, it's exclusive. It's just for those who bought it. But man, it is so fun. Like, anyway, anytime I post anything, or I'm like, hey, let's go do this, you guys crack me up. It is hilarious. Anyway, really have enjoyed it though. So I'm sitting down right here, and I am writing my speeches, and they're. Both of them are pitching speeches, and one of them is to pitch a $10,000 product to a group of people, and then another one is to pitch a $1,000 product to a group of people. And you know what's interesting about that is that I'm actually using the exact same pitching style and format for both speeches, and it's kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Wait a second, Steven, you're pitching a $10,000 thing with the same script style, and which is true. They're very similar. Just like some stories are different, and then you're also the products are different, but the stories, like the format and everything's. And then you're also pitching a $1,000 thing, $1,000 thing, and the answer is yes, absolutely. And that's part of what I wanted to talk about though. Is now I don't know how your MLM works, but in my MLM that I'm in, we can as long as we don't sell below a certain price, we can sell our products however we want to. So I can put them on my, I can put them on sales funnels, like e-commerce funnels and stuff like that. I can put my product, which is awesome. So I'm like developing those things and putting them all together, and it's going to be a ton of fun, which is very, very exciting. And I'm pumped to do it. But I can also sell it for as much as I want to, which is amazing. And so it's interesting because I know not everyone has the ability or the sway to be able to do that stuff or things like that with their MLMs, and that's fine. I mean, stick with whatever the constraints of your MLM say, obviously. But you got to understand that what I wanted to talk to you guys about real quick is that there's kind of a mentality that I notice sometimes that happens that how should I say this? Okay, on the flight over here, there's a guy I was listening to by the name of Grant Cardone. If you guys never heard of him, he's awesome. But I'm listening to one of his books called Sell or Be Sold. And when I was in college, I had this sudden realization. So I was in a marketing degree. I was in a business marketing degree, and that's what I got in college. And I realized, though, that I was literally a dime a dozen. Literally, there was nothing that was going to set me apart from all these other people. I was as I started looking at the different classes throughout the remainder of my college, as I started looking throughout, I realized that there was literally going to be nothing that set me apart from anyone else. And then I would leave college and have zero skill that I actually learned. And so I set out on this path of self-learning, and I learned how to teach myself, and I learned how to love learning, and I learned how to identify a problem, come up with a solution on my own, whether or not it's right, and then just execute, and then pivot as I was moving. And I did that over and over and over and over and over and over. And one of the things that I realized I needed to go do is I needed to learn how to sell, and I needed to learn how to sell stuff well, and it's well enough now that I'm going to be pitching a $10,000 package to a group of 20 people, you know what I mean, in 2 days, which I'm excited about. But what's funny about, am I nervous? Like, not really. Why? Well, it's because I've had practice selling. I've had practice with the pitch, and I have complete confidence that it's worth way more than $10,000 what I'm offering them. Way more than 10 grand. Okay. And it's not about the money. And that's part of what I want to talk about with you guys today. If you're like struggling to sell your MLM's products, my guess is that, number one, you're probably not using it yourself, right? A person who has been using their MLM's products naturally come up with stories that sell. They naturally come up with convictions that help them sell. You know what I mean? It's natural. It's a byproduct of using your MLM. So if you're not using your MLM's products, number one, you got to start asking yourself, first of all, why? How come they're not getting that motivated? Number two, though, are you in the right MLM then? If you're not. And again, I'm not here to dissuade or persuade you or whatever it is, but you got to understand, though, like the basis of sales. What is sales? Sales is merely a transfer of belief. That's all sales is. If I can get you to believe, right? And I'm not saying it like an evil way at all, but if I can get you to believe that the thing that I'm going to be selling you is worth more than $10,000, right? And it truly can change your problem, suddenly price is no longer really an objection. Suddenly price really doesn't matter. And it's the same thing. And I've run into too many people in MLM, especially in MLM, where they're really, really scared to sell their MLM's products because they're afraid to ask for the money. It's like, man, if you're afraid to ask for the money, number one, your convictions on your own product probably aren't deep enough. Number two, you might have some false beliefs about what it means to sell stuff. You might have some false beliefs. You might believe that selling or taking someone else's money in exchange for goods or services, that it might be wrong. And that's a false belief. That's not true at all. Understand that when you sell somebody, when you transfer belief, you are literally changing the way they see the world. You're literally changing their outlook on all of humanity, the way they look at themselves, the way they look at their friends and family, the way they look at their family and themselves and the world and everything around them, right? You're changing that. And for you to walk away and not give them a product after you've just changed the way they look at everything is kind of selfish. Okay? I love selling stuff because it enables someone to change their life. And it might be a small change, but it's a change. If I change the way someone looks at the world and I don't sell them, I am literally leaving them to their own devices, right? I'm telling them to go come up with the answer. I'm telling them to go come up with what they should be saying, what they should be doing, what they should be, they have to come up with basically the product on their own or a substitute of it. Because if I really change the way that they look at the world and I don't offer them the thing that I know could help them now that they see the world differently, it's almost, Russell Brunson calls that your moral obligation to sell in his book, Expert Secrets. That's why. Okay? So I'm creating these 2 sales scripts right now, and I'm creating these the stuff that I'm given for the $10,000 one is definitely worth way more than 10 grand, but it's not about price. Okay? I know that when I help them see what they need to be doing and the next steps they need to be going on towards, I know that they will look at the $10,000, right? And they will say, the outcome that Stephen is talking about with the potential to get that, it's worth way more than 10 grand, right? It's not a cost to me, right? If I can get them to weigh in their mind the return, not the cost, I'll get the sale, right? And you do that primarily by telling story. And there's a very specific way. Telling story is one. It's literally an entire module inside Secret MLM Hacks. How to do it, how to craft one. They're crafted. They're on purpose, right? And there's a lot of ways to tell story, and there's a lot of ways to do it. And there's a lot of ways to figure out which stories to be telling. But I go through and we walk through how to do that. Anyway. I just want to talk about selling and the power of it and the purpose of it. And literally salesmanship is like, it's like the oldest profession on the planet. And funny enough, like sales gets this bad rap sometimes. Like, oh, he's just a salesman. Like, what? You mean he's a salesman, not just a salesman. A salesman, in my mind, that's like the most prestigious profession on the planet, Because without sales, literally tomorrow the entire economy will stop. Everything will drop. Which would ruin. It would wreck everything, right? That's why salesmen get paid so much money. If there's no sales, there's no business. If there's no sales, people aren't getting salaries. If there's no sales, like, you know what I mean? It's all about selling. It's all about selling. And if you are the chief seller of the product in your business, in your MLM, and if you can't do that, it's time for you to learn. It's time for you to understand how to sell. It's time for you to understand how to actually put together a message, right? And then what I do is once I help you do that, we also show you how to automate it so that you are pitching many people at once without actually being the one doing it, right? You have a tool that's doing that for you, right? That's exactly what you guys are going through right now, right? It's exactly all the stuff. It's exactly what I teach everyone to do. Anyway. So start thinking through that. Start thinking through, do I love selling my thing? Selling it. Am I selling my thing? Am I selling my MLM's products? Do I have a hard time selling it? Do I have a hard time? Do I have a hard time collecting people's money over my product? And if you do, it's time to take a hard look at the product, see if you really like it. If you, I mean, really like it. Do you honestly really enjoy the product? Do you honestly really, are you using in a way where you can sit back and be like, man, that's like awesome stuff, super, super cool, or is it kind of fluffy? You're like, I'm just kind of here for the free breakfast. you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm sitting in this hotel room, guys. And I have bronchitis, and I'm supposed to speak for 4 of the next 4 days. I'm literally speaking every day. 2 of them are sales scripts and sales pitches, and I gotta figure out the actual scripts for them, which I'm writing now. And then 2 of them are off the cuff, which I'm super stoked about too. I love those formats also. I love speaking. I love going to events and speaking, and I've been invited to speak at like at least 8 events in the next year here, and I'm excited about it. And it's one of my favorite things ever, is to go speak. So. But I am in this hotel room. I'm very tired. I have bronchitis, which is crazy. So I'm sitting here. I've got the cough suppressant medicine from the doctor. They gave me a Z-Pack to kind of like nuke my body of anything else that's like not good in there. But the cough suppressant like makes me all drowsy and tired. So I'm just trying to stay focused. It's almost 11 o'clock at night. I'm trying to stay focused, trying to get this message done. Last time I did this, I slept 4 hours. I went to bed at 4 a.m. and I was on stage speaking at 8:30 a.m. So I mean, I'll get it done. But gosh dang it, like I know what's coming, and I'm a little bit, I got a little anxiety over it, a little bit of nervousness, but it'll be fun regardless. So anyway, you guys are awesome. Love the community we have here. Appreciate you listening, and get out there and crush it. Go make your MLM be the thing that makes your dreams happen. All right, talk to you later. Bye.
Hey, thanks for listening. Please remember to subscribe and leave feedback for me. Do you have a question you want answered live on the show? Go to secretmlmhacksradio.com to submit your question and download your free MLM Masters Pack.